How are you, good people? My name is Sylvester, Zhou, and behind the camera is Tadiwa Kanyenda. So today we are blessed. We are going to be interviewing Tadiwa Pidza. Tadiwa Pidza, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you very much. By the way, my name is Tadiwa Pidza, affectionately known as 2kg in the volleyball world. So the thing is, I play libero for Tadiwa Pidza, and I also happen to be the captain of Tadiwa Pidza. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you for coming, my brother. So can you tell us a little bit about your background?
So generally, I'm just another guy in Shishawani, a boy in Shishawani. But then, seems I got drawn into that volleyball world, into that sport world. Yeah, I think. But basically, there's nothing interesting about me. Just
so, how did you go into sports?
Into sports. So I started playing when I was in Form 3. That is 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But
when?
At Shishawani High School.
Oh, you learned here.
Yeah, I learned here.
Okay. So what motivated you to pursue a career in sports and specifically volleyball?
That's rather a tricky question. But however, volleyball, I just had this thing because most of my friends played volleyball back then in high school. So you know that thing where you will be all alone. I just tried it out. But then the thing that came as a motivation was people looked down on me that much. They thought that I couldn't do it because, yeah, I was pretty bad, trust me. I was very, very bad.
So how do you handle that pressure from people, whereby people will be saying, you know, you can do this, you can do that?
As for me, I think it's just that people talk, whether they're doing good, whether they're doing bad. So, yeah, you know. So at the end of the day, I just used those negative comments as stepping stones. I pushed myself harder, I worked harder, and yeah, I am. I can't say I'm good, but I think I'm better than I was before.
Okay, so how do you feel about your current performance right now?
I can't say I'm pretty good. I can't say I have reached that level, but I think I'm a 7 out of 10.
Okay, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
What are your goals, your short-term goals and long-term goals?
Currently, my short-term goals, I think that I should just be able to perform for much bigger teams here in Shishawani. For example, talking of Fibers, talking of the Mimosa players, talking of Mroa. I think those are some of the bigger teams in Shishawani. Not forgetting the assignment boys, MSU's very own. Yeah, I would love to play for MSU. Okay. That would be very great.
Yeah. So how do you prepare yourself for big games?
Usually I just tell myself it's just another session, just another day, just another game at my club. Regardless of how big the team is, regardless of how big the game might be, I just take that pressure off my shoulders and play to enjoy it. That's one thing I figured out.
Okay. So besides critics from people, what are other challenges that you have faced in your journey as a volleyball player?
Yeah, I have faced a lot besides critics, especially from family members. You don't get support that you expect from the people that nurture you. But yeah, I still have to thank a few that have supported me. You understand the situation.
So let's talk about pressure. How do you handle pressure?
Pressure, I think, on my side, being a volleyball player, I have also relied on not being a player alone. I sometimes listen to music when things are very tough. Music calms me down, it makes me think straight. Plus, you know, when the whole team is relying on you to make the decisions, the whole team is relying on you to make this happen. So you just have to figure it out along the way.
Okay, what about as a captain? What are your challenges? What challenges are you facing as a captain?
As a captain, I would say working with different categories, especially in age. Our team is made up of young kids. I think from 17 to 20 to 23. So it's very difficult controlling those guys. And it's very difficult to have them on the same page because this one will be saying that, this one will be saying that. So you have to come up with an idea to bring different people of different age groups that have different maturity levels. So you understand. So at the end of the day, you just have to find a way where you have to merge all of them together so that you just become one team. Because at the end of the day, we're not just a team, we are brothers and we are also a family.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's talk about training techniques. Can you walk us through your typical training?
As for me and as for the club, what we do usually, we have a certain routine that we follow. We get to the courts, we make sure that we have warmed up, we go a few rounds, 1 or 2, then we start with the drills where we exercise so that we avoid injuries. You know, as our club is still underdeveloped, so we try to minimize injuries because at the end of the day we have to handle these injuries on our own. We don't have that provision or people that are providing at the end of the day. You understand? I'm sure you understand that.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Why?
I think the community or the society.
You guys have sponsors.
I can't say we have sponsors per se, but we do have somebody who's been looking out for us, who's been trying to help us. Yeah, we have gone around trying to look for sponsorships, but it's all in vain. We haven't found something that is pretty tangible.
Okay. So can you tell me what does volleyball mean to you?
Volleyball is like my first girlfriend. No offense.
Oh.
No offense. Yeah, it's like my first girlfriend because whenever I feel lost, I feel angry, I feel any, those emotions. The first thing that I want to do is go to the courts. I want to bounce that ball. I want to pass it. I want to hit it so hard. Those emotions, that's when it just all goes away. That's volleyball for me.
Okay, so let's talk about your achievements. What have you achieved so far?
So far so good. Yeah, I think we have managed our very first tournament. It was in Mimosa. It was the cancer awareness back in October last year. We managed to grab a silver. We were beaten by Mimosa. Yeah, that was a very tough match because we were still growing and we were still developing. But I'm sure nowadays, yeah, the result will be very different. Yeah.
What about besides being a volleyball player, what else are you doing in life?
So currently, I ain't got anything that I'm doing at the moment. I have been waiting to go back to school, so I want to do cinematography.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's this course I want to take in Sylvester in Harare. But right now, all I just do, whenever I feel like the world is crumbling, I'm a poet, I'm a writer. I can't say I'm an actor professionally, but I do act. Yeah, and I'm also a speechifier.
That's great. So where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? In 10 years' time?
In 10 years' time, if all goes according to the plan that I've been following so long, I'm sure I'll be playing for some of the big teams in Zimbabwe, if not out of Zimbabwe.
Out of Zimbabwe, wow, that's great. So thank you for coming on that.
You're very welcome and thank you for the opportunity.